In this video, I'm talking to you about why radio and TV as we know it will be dead within the following couple of decades to come, and why advertising, why marketing is all done on social media, and the shift between traditional, if you will, advertising from the TVs and the radios and newspapers to social media now on phones, on tablets, on laptops, and on TV screen. So look, first of all, I'm no massive visionary or anything, but I understand a lot of things that I've learned through a few different people. Taken that and I've built my philosophies and my understanding on how marketing and advertising works. And so that's what I'm talking to you about today. This today will help you in understanding why your marketing should be done the way it should be done. Hopefully it gets you to understand why TV is here and radio is here if you don't already know. I'm sure a lot of you already know. But yeah, I'm just going to talk to you about that, and I felt a bit of inspiration today to talk about that in this video, and obviously they're very important points regarding marketing and advertising. So, why is radio and TV about to die within the following few decades? It's really simple, because radio and TV is free because it was free to consume for us, because business owners are paying them to run their ads. So if you're listening to the radio on the way to work, for example, you'll obviously always hear them run through ads, or a lot of talking goes on between the music, and there'll be a bunch of ads in between the songs, and they'll do little things. The radio stations will do little things to get you to stay on their channel, like, oh, in so and so minutes we're playing this and that, massively popular songs, or they'll all be competing to try and keep your attention. And the reason they do that, obviously, is because the more people that they can say are tuned into their channel, the more they can advertising money they can demand from the big businesses, the big corporations. They can go up to big corporations and say, hey, we've got X amount of people listening for X amount of time every single day. We would like to offer you some ad spots at this time, prime time, whatever, for X amount of dollars. That's why it's all free, because of that transaction. They keep you, it's free to start with. They try and keep you hooked in and keep you on board to their radio channel, so they can then go to the big corporations and demand some advertising money to promote their ads, and to have you on board to then profit from the ads that they sell. Same with TV. The reason that TV channels are fighting for shows in the traditional sense is because the more people they get to keep their eyes on the TV, the more ad spots they can sell, and that's how they make a profit. That's why this is all free for us. And in comes in, Netflix and Stan and all those other new companies within the last 10 to 20 years. Same with Spotify and apps like that for music. And those don't require you to they don't require you to sit and listen or sit and watch advertising anymore. You can pay a certain amount to those corporations, and then you'll get unlimited viewing time with no ads, okay, or unlimited listening time with no ads. Or if you choose to have the free version of it, in which case you can with Spotify, then you'll get ads from corporations, and then they sell ad spots. But it's just a changing dynamic over the past few decades. And I may be saying this, and you may be like, yeah, so what? Like, I already know this. Great. If you don't know this, then I'm hoping I'm helping you with this information. But that's why radio and TV are going to die, because everyone can get things on demand. Everyone can get things quickly now. No one needs to sit through ads anymore. So they're not going to want to anymore. They'll pay a bit of a premium to be able to skip all through those ads and enjoy ad-free content. And that's why there will be no more advertising spots on radio and TV. And that's why it's massively expensive to advertise on TV and radio. Okay, that's why it's massively expensive, because they have a lot of people, so far listening or watching in. And so they need to support a whole organization of a whole network of TV channels, of radio stations. So they need to support a whole network, which is why it's so expensive to get ads to the right people. Now with social media marketing, it costs 7 cents. This is a personal example. It costs 7 cents for me. I paid 7 cents for each person to view a post for my Jeremy Langlois business page. 7 cents per view, and the only people that have the opportunity to see those are people who own businesses as determined by their Facebook business pages, who are in certain demographics between certain age groups. I've set those parameters so that video only goes to those people, those specific people, okay, and then those specific people have the opportunity of watching it. And it cost me 7 cents for someone to watch at least 15 seconds of the video. So there were a whole bunch of people who watched 0 to 15 seconds that I didn't even have to pay for, because they weren't tuned in based on Facebook standards and based on their algorithms and way of measuring it. So I got 7 cents for each person to watch 15 seconds or more of that video, and then I can take the viewers of those videos and split them up into different categories to then send more ads to those specific categories. It's incredible, and that's why advertising and marketing is going to social media, because you can be very extremely ridiculously specific with who your ad goes to, and it's so cheap to get results, to get people to either watch your ad or to click on your link, or it's ridiculous. And then the traditional marketing channels, the TV, the radio, you don't know who, you're marketing on there and you don't know who's going to click on, who's going to even go to your website, you don't know who's going to call you to get a quote or whatever you're selling. And the attention has gone off of TV and radio. People don't want to sit through ads anymore because they don't need to. Things are quicker now. You don't need to wait to get what you want anymore. So that's why TV and radio, as we know it, will die out in the next few decades. It's just inevitable. It's just logical, based on what I see, based on everything I've learned over the last few years of marketing and the thing that I'm so passionate about, marketing. It's going to die in the next few decades, and what's going to take off is, well, it's already taken off. Look at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Those are today's TV channels, and they're all on our phones. Okay, now the tough thing with marketing through social media channels nowadays is that there is so much trying to grab people's attention. When you scroll through a Facebook or Instagram, there's so much trying to get people's attention, which is why you need to be specific, which is why you need to set parameters for you to only pay when you actually get the result that you want, and which is why you need to build ads that get people's attention in 3 seconds or less. 3 seconds or less is the time you need to capture someone's attention nowadays on social media, which is why you need a crazy headline or a crazy photo or something that just punches them in the face going, what is going on, what is this, let me read more about it. And then you go through, you need to word things in a way where people stay on board and read what you have to read, and then hopefully click at the end of it. And that's for written, copywriting content. If you're doing videos, and you can just put up a video, capture their attention within the first 3 seconds, again, by saying something that's bold and big, and what the hell is going on. And really, like 3 seconds is what you need to aim for. And then you only pay for whoever watches 15 seconds or more if you set it up correctly. But that's why TV and radio are going to die in the next few decades. That's why social media marketing is the way to go. That's pretty much it from this video. I wanted to share the things that are going through my mind with you today regarding this marketing and advertising stuff. And if you want to know more, go to howtomarketonsocialmedia.com, howtomarketonsocialmedia.com. My name is Jeremy Langlois. Hope you enjoyed this. Contact me if you have any questions, if you want help with anything, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.